Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. Got a good one for you today because how dangerous is this? What I'm about to tell you. And this is unbelievable, okay, in regards to a car company, a couple other auto stories that are just insane. But please like the video. Please hit the subscribe button. Share this. Today we have a sponsor. I'll talk about them a little later. But first things first, there's a Wichita-based auto dealership that just got fined $418,000. Wow, what did they do? Well, what they did was they sold vehicles that were in accidents, which is not a crime, okay? There are a tremendous amount of companies that sell what they call salvaged vehicles. Cars in a real bad accident, they go to the auto auction, get at a tremendous deal, piece them back together in one way or another, and then they sell the cars again, okay? No big deal. The only problem with Carnation in Wichita, Kansas on Lincoln Road, and you can read the story below, is that they sold cars that didn't have airbags in them. Oh, is that not good? Think about this, guys. The car doesn't have an airbag. The airbag goes off, and one thing that they did was they put an airbag simulator in there. And I asked a car guide about this today. I said, hey, have you ever heard of this? He's like, how have you heard about that? I told him the story. He's like, oh, that's terrible. This is designed so you can piece cars together and get the electronics back together. So, and what they did was they sold the car with these simulators in there so the light would go off. So you thought that the car was safe to drive when in fact it was not. Well, you can sit there and say it's no big deal. The car just doesn't have an airbag. It's like driving a go-kart at 80 miles an hour and, just crashing through the windshield. Okay, that's the point. People went out to get the cars fixed and found out that they didn't have the airbags and that the cars were in much more extensive accidents than they were told. Now, when the company was reached for comment, you can read the video, the story below, they said, this is going to bankrupt us, we're done. And they spoke to somebody named Katie, he said his name was, and he's one of the owners. And but guys, man bought his daughter a car for college, and the car in fact had a bent frame and had all these different things wrong with it. The side door was plowed into and they replaced the door and painted it. No big deal. But what he decided to do was try to fix the car and found out that the airbag simulator, they didn't even try to hide it. It just was dangling down inside the car. So incredibly dangerous, guys. So, it's funny. I get people lately that have written me and said, hey, you're talking too much about these banks and the economy and all this bad stuff. Well, here's a couple stories that have nothing to do with banking. But again, if you're not concerned about the financial system and you don't think that we're living through basically, a video game that they are messing with us on a daily basis, you are kidding yourself. There is nothing realistic about any of this stuff right now when it comes to the banks. And what you're seeing when it comes to business is people cutting corners every way that they can, every possible way they can. And Carnation, perfect example of this. And they'll be out of business, but they had 12 people that they did this to. People get $2,000 back a piece. They're getting these huge civil penalties. But read the story below because it's incredibly dangerous. When you buy a used car, they give, the Carfax and the reports, look, the car was in an accident, it's no big deal, it was just a fender bender. Read those things. Don't just take the guy's word for it, okay? And yeah, I'm saying most of them are a man. There's that. Then there was a guy, Bill Patterson, and this was sent to me. Well, this isn't that funny because Bill Patterson didn't like that people parked in his parking spot in front of his house. So what he did was he put auto weights, tire weights on the car so the car would bounce and not drive evenly, and you'd have to eventually go a little nuts and you'd take the car to the dealership and get it fixed to the tune of a few $100. That funny? I don't think it's funny. I think Bill I think it's a crime, but it's just a harmless prank. Let me know what you think. And then, final story, car story, Gabby Morales. Gabby Morales is looking to get a new she has a medical problem. She's trying to get a kidney and raise money for her kidney. She lives in a homeowners association and has a magnetic sign on the side of her car, one of those little signs. They said no. Let's talk about our sponsor. Have you heard of the SIRT food diet? Most people haven't. It's spelled S-A-R-T, and this is something that a lot of celebrities and athletes have used. Conor McGregor, the MMA boxer, and boxer David Hayes, he has taken this. One singer, celebrity singer, lost 100 pounds with this program. If you go to getsirt.com/Dan, you can get a $20 discount on this and take a look at this program. It's good for you. Now, this was invented by two people, and it was Glenn Matton and Alan Goggins. And this program is a lifestyle change, a juice program that you can take that will make a huge difference in your health and in your life. You know, everybody needs an edge, but some people need something that's going to just jumpstart it, and that's what this can do. Take a look at getsirt.com/Dan and check it out today. And if you refer, from iAllegedly, you get to save $20. So check it out today and get yourself a little healthier. I'm always grateful for the fantastic stories that you guys send us, because they affect a lot more people than you may think, okay? Stephen out of the UK always sends me good stuff. But the HSBC bank app in the UK is down, and nobody can get access to their money. And you have to use the app to be able to get to the ATM, and people are shut down right now. 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours a day. What would you do if you couldn't get access to your money, guys? Couldn't get access to your bank account? I don't want to talk about banking. Okay, you must have millions of dollars stuffed in a drawer and not have to worry about it, and gold and silver and bullion and everything paid for. So the rest of us, this is a major concern, okay? Now, Yolanda sent me the greatest thing. This is something I'm super familiar with. Yolanda sent me a story about a tech accelerator. And what this is, guys, is you go to this business, and this business will teach you how to raise money. They will teach you how to have a management team. They will teach you to perfect your business, okay? And get yourself to the marketplace and help you hopefully raise money and achieve your goals, okay? Well, hang on a second. This one just went out of business. And you can sit there and say, okay, it happens all the time. But New Chip Accelerator out of Austin, Texas, had over 1,000 people go through its accelerator. The problem with this is that when you signed to be with this company, you gave up a percentage of your stock and warrants for this company. Now that the accelerator is in bankruptcy, these, founders and owners of these fledgling small companies have somebody saying that they own a percentage of their business now, and it's going to do nothing but cost them and put a lot of them out of business. Now, here is the thing. There are a lot of ways to raise money for your business. It's just factual, okay? There's rich individuals, there's investment groups, there's venture capital, there's tech accelerators. Some of these are fantastic. There is one in San Diego that I got intimately involved with called NextCube, and they are a great group of people. I had these people speak at my events. I totally got immersed with these people for the simple fact that these people, when you have good people, like MedTech Innovators, another one, Paul Grand runs this company, but Paul Grand is backed by a huge investment bank so that the winner, guess what, gets introduced to the investment bank. That's what you want. You just don't want to get advice and give it up. You might as well watch YouTube videos with guys like me and, is Dan going to write you a check? No. You know what I mean? But you're going to give me a percentage of your business. It's insane that these people are going through this right now. So be very leery of what you sign up for. If you have a family member, they need to read the story below, because this is devastating. You may have the greatest idea in the world, and I have seen some really brilliant tech things and medical devices and biotech products that never got off the ground because of the founders, what they wanted to do, how they were trying to raise money. I mean, just simple problems. Couldn't get manufacturing, didn't understand the regulatory process, didn't understand the time involved with it, and really did themselves a disservice. But check it out. look at the accelerators that you're getting yourself in bed with, because during the economic downturn, we've seen a lot of these people go out of business, okay? There is a great accelerator in Irvine, California. It used to share a parking lot with another smaller accelerator, and the other smaller accelerator was riding on the coattails of the larger one. And when the larger one decided to move to a bigger place, okay, the smaller one went down for the count, and so did everybody inside of it, okay? So prepare yourself for things like this. Prepare yourself for when you try to raise money and you get hitched with the wrong people, okay? You know, NextCube has got Sway Ventures attached to them, which last time I checked had $500 million of investment opportunities. And I'm telling you guys, I had entrepreneurs that would come to me and say, you know those people, Dan? You could do an introduction, we're ready. And I would say, listen, you're not ready for this. Go through their program first. And what these programs do is it teaches you how to run a business. It teaches you how to raise money. It teaches you how to get a management team, and how, you know, just because Ted's your friend, Ted's a junkie. Ted shouldn't be on your board. You know what I mean? It's like, it gets people in the right mindset. But this, you know, place that went out of business, New Chip, it's horrible because it's gonna drag a lot of companies down with it. So feel free to reach out to me anytime on this stuff. But again, I ran medical conferences. I help people raise a lot of money and a lot of manufacturing. And here's the thing, everybody thinks that their problem is money. We need money, like it's drugs. We gotta give me high. No, what you need is you need the right partner, whether it's manufacturing, whether it's regulatory, whether it's a sales force, whether it's, you know, the right team could be the thing that could propel your business to a completely different level. And as we move forward in this economy, remember, these are the good times right now. Get yourself ready for what's going to happen. So let me know what you think about that. Business is really suffering right now, and industries are dying, and some will be gone forever. The farming industry is taking a major hit right now, and somebody sent me Real Farming magazine, which I have to admit I only read for the centerfold, but what it talked about was how farming equipment, tractors, backhoes, things that work the farm that you and I city folk wouldn't know anything about. What they're experiencing is a ton of inventory right now. They're experiencing the fact that they cannot sell these tractors because of the high interest rates. And what's happened is inventory is building up. When you go to the auctions for the tractors and the different farm equipment, it's just an abundance right now, and there's too much. So you haven't seen anything yet. And again, we've talked about industry and businesses suffering right now. You're gonna see this more and more and more. The next thing is JP Morgan, Citibank, and Bank of America have a tremendous problem on their hands. And I won't bore you with the whole story. I'm just gonna tell you the number. It's $7,487 billion worth of bad debt on their books that they haven't disclosed yet. And once they do, it's going to show that these banks, the major banks, are completely upside down. Now, most likely we're gonna see the regional banks go out of business, the smaller banks. And you could theoretically see one of the larger banks merge with another bank. Now, Greg Manarino thinks it's gonna be Bank of America. And that just got me off the hook by saying I think it's gonna be Bank of America too, but I do think it's gonna be Bank of America to go down first. But you're going to see problems with these banks like you've never seen before, okay? And are the bigger banks gonna have problems? Yes, and eventually they're gonna have to fess up to the fact that they have all these losses and that none of us know about it. None of us are supposed to know about it. Williams-Sonoma, the high-end retailer, you know, chairs, furniture, stuff for your house and kitchen, they just got fined the highest fine ever by the Federal Trade Commission because they said stuff was made in America. $3.2 million. Oh, can't say that when it was, you know, assembled in China and the box was made in America? No, you can't do that, guys. You can't do that. So that's a real problem that they got caught on. And again, I love going to some of those stores. I love cooking. You know, it's funny, I was telling a story at breakfast yesterday, and my son, 6 years ago, bought me an iPad for my birthday. And I was really touched that he spent his money on this. And I thought, you know, I'm going to use this to learn something. So I taught myself, I always liked cooking, taught myself how to cook better. And when I wasn't working, I would do that. So it was great. Now, Banana Republic, Sandra Stengel, that's their CEO. She's done. She's out of the company. And again, you're going to see more shakeups in corporate America like this, where it's going to start at the top down, where they're going to sit there and say, let's get rid of this person to fix this place. So her head's on the chopping block. She steps down. And I love that you guys send me Retail Magazine and all this stuff for the insiders that we wouldn't get. So take a look at these articles and let me know what you think about this. But did you hear about Williams-Sonoma? Nobody did, okay? It barely made the news, but it's an industry insider thing. And that's what this channel's all about. That's the stuff that we share. And I love it. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for sending me this stuff. There was one thing you guys kept sending me over and over again lately, and it was about a high-priced fast food place. And I decided to drive over there because one was fairly close to the house. So take a look at this. I always love the stuff you guys send me. And this is kind of funny because Carl's Jr., 2 hamburgers are $10.99 at 11 bucks. I've had people send me this at $12.99 and $13.99 for 2 hamburgers. Western bacon cheeseburger and the famous star you can get for $10.99, which is outrageous, guys. It's absolutely insane. The other thing that's nuts is that you want fries? Okay, fries are $4. You want a drink? Drinks are $4 too. Who can afford $20 for a meal? It's outrageous, guys. That's the thing that you're seeing over and over again, and it's not slowing down. We're supposed to believe that inflation is ending, inflation is slowing down, and we're not, guys, because of this. But think about this. You had Subway that had the $5 footlong, which is long gone. I had a deal sent to me where you had 2 footlong sandwiches for $18.99, and now they have the $6 6-inch. So this is the beginning of it, guys. People cannot afford this. And don't forget, everybody in that building makes 20 bucks an hour now. And this is a perfect example as to why. Okay? So let me know what you think about this. Remember when it was a deal and we'd go eat at these places because it was cheap, fast, and decent food? Not anymore, guys. It's just done. So I'm going to end this video with these last few stories. And disabled vet, that's what he calls himself, sent me pictures of his beautiful dog. And just wanted to share these with you real quick. But one thing that you're going to see happen is businesses go out of business. In Las Vegas, Ferguson's downtown is a hotel area that has restaurants inside of it. And abruptly, a place called Peyote Lounge shut down, and the 25 employees are done. Cannot find jobs, just completely overnight. That's the worst part about this stuff. And the final thing is that you're having people that are buying houses. Especially, I'm getting this problem out of Texas, where the property taxes are basically, people go out and they buy a house and they say, okay, I can afford this payment. And you find out that the payment on your impound account was calculated on raw land, that there's no house in the land, so the property taxes are very low. And then people at the end of the year, they get hit with an assessment. Oh, you owe us another $3,000. Take a look at the story below, because it's too much. And again, ask the question. Ask the questions. Kids are doing stuff in the sand, I just don't want to step on it. But ask the question, what could this go to? And again, if you have family members, friends that have to buy a house right now, okay? I am telling you guys, just wait, get some patience. And like that farm equipment, you're going to see a Starbucks coffee be $8. And oh, guess what? Go pick yourself up a tractor, Ben. Okay, you know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy. And don't forget to look at the centerfold for, the farming magazine, okay? Anyways, onward and upward, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're in this together, guys, 100%. And you can kid yourself and you can act like, oh, you don't want to talk about the same thing over and over again. This is all breaking news, guys. That's what this is. You guys send me these stories from around the world. Think people in the UK right now that can't get access to their bank accounts, think that they think that's old news? No, okay? Hello@iallegedly.com is the email. I'll see you guys soon.